Hello and welcome to the DrivingMaul June Internationals Round 2 predictions. Hopefully the background noise isn't too loud for you. I'm hanging out in the mall as it's warmer than at home at winter time. So I'm Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm always up for a good rugby chat, so please do put comments if you're watching live, or put me on Twitter or YouTube below if you're watching the recording. So let's first off run through the results from last weekend. There was a lot of international action going on. I know it's overshadowed by the Lions, so you might have missed a few of the scores. First up, Australia saw off Fiji at 37-14, a relatively comfortable win there, with most of the Fijian scores coming in at the second half. Japan beat Romania at 33-21, and again, most of the Romanian scores came in the second half after Japan were up. Italy lost to Scotland 13-34. Another comfortable win there. South Africa saw off France 37-14. Not such a comfortable win. A lot of that loss is quite a margin. Sorry. The game turned on a yellow card, and that's where South Africa really got up ahead. So I say it wasn't, perhaps the scoreline was a bit bigger than was misleading there. Brazil beat Portugal 25-21, and I'll be honest, that's all I know about that game. Argentina lost to England 34-38 with a very late try for Dani Solomona. So a very close one, and they face each other again next weekend. Canada lost to Georgia 0-13, and from what I understand, that was in pretty poor conditions. I didn't actually see the game though. The United States lost to Ireland 19-55. That gives you an update of the games from last round. So you're now fully up to date with all the scores. We move into week 2. We kick off with the double header at Eden Park, what they're calling the Pacifica Challenge. First up, Tonga are facing Wales, this was supposed to be Tonga's first international at home for a very long time, while they've been rebuilding a stadium, but unfortunately the facilities aren't quite up to scratch, and so Wales Wales asked for it to be moved to New Zealand. I'm expecting Wales to win this one relatively comfortably, so I'm going for Wales by 14. Tonga haven't been that strong in 15s rugby for a while now. They're playing away from home, which they always have to do, so I think we're going to see them cut short, even though Wales are missing a host of players with the Lions. Straight after that, we have the New Zealand All Blacks facing Samoa, and this is their warm-up game so that they're not too ring rusty when they come against the Lions next weekend. This is their warm-up. The All Blacks are always slow off the mark, and their first game still against Samoa. I think we're going to see a 20-point win for New Zealand there. Then on to day 2, because that's all on Friday night. Then on Saturday, Fiji host Italy in Suga, and Italy, both sides lost last weekend. Italy in Singapore and Fiji in Melbourne, so they've both been travelling as well. Personally, I think Fiji might get up in this one, and I'm backing Fiji to win this one by 5. Then probably one of the two most intriguing games of the weekend, Australia hosting Scotland in Sydney. That one should be an absolute cracker. Scotland obviously coming off the back of a good November World Six Nations, and really pushing it. They lost to Australia back in November. Obviously they've still got the Rugby World Cup quarter-final perhaps in their minds a little bit. Both coming off wins, both in positive mood. I think at home Australia will win this one by 3. I think it'll be a tight one and a cracker. Just remember, Scotland aren't missing that many players with the Lions. Next, Ireland then move on from the United States across to Japan for the first of their 2 games there, I believe. And I'm backing, even though Japan got the win over Romania last weekend, so they both had a warm-up. I think I'm backing Ireland to win it on by 20. Japan are the upcoming team, and Ireland are missing players for the Lions. Tier 2 team. But still, I think Ireland should win that one rather comfortably. Heading off into Sunday, France get the opportunity for revenge against the Springboks. They move on to Durban for the next game. France also gets some more players from the top 14 as well, so they'll be strengthened. And even so, I'm backing the Springboks to win that one by 7. I do think it would be much closer than last weekend. I think it swung on that yellow card, and as long as the French can maintain a discipline, it should be a cracker. The final one involving Tier 1 teams, Argentina host England for the second game. England won it with a very late try last weekend. I think with England missing a lot of players with the Lions, a lot of these players haven't played with each other before. I think they'll be better set coming into this game, and I'm going to back England to win that one by 7. A quick check of the non-Tier 1 games that are also taking place. We have Canada hosting Romania. Now, Canada obviously lost to Georgia last weekend. Romania lost to Japan. Now, Romania beat Georgia in the Six Nations B, or the whatever it's the long version of that is called, recently. So I expect Romania probably to just get up over Canada there. I'm going to go by a score, so probably about 5 points. And then the USA host Georgia. Next, where are they then? In Kennesaw, wherever that is, in the States. And I think Georgia should win that one, and I'm going to back Georgia by 10. And Georgia are really pushing to get that Tier 1 status. The USA know that Mitchell is about to leave, a bit of turmoil around the coaching side of things. So I'm going to back Georgia to win that one by about 10 points. There we go. That gets you up to date with what's happening this coming weekend. Obviously, there's also the Maori All Blacks against the British and Irish Lions, but I'll be giving you an update about that later in the week. I also might be catching up with Cornflake to do a YouTube live review of the All Blacks and the New Zealand Maori squads. The New Zealand Maori, I know, I'll talk about that one later in the week. I'm off on a tangent right now. So that's how I see the internationals going this weekend. Coming weekend. Up for good driving chats. Do leave me your comments and thoughts. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. Link above on Twitter, down below on YouTube, and obviously giving it the old thumbs up or share on YouTube, or sharing it on Twitter, Facebook, etc. will be much appreciated. I'm not part of a mainstream media organisation. I'm an independent guy doing this, and it all helps me get the word out there. Thank you very much for joining me. I will be back later tonight with a live post-game reaction to the who are they? The Highlanders played the Lions, and I'm with Scott Hornell from Rugby United and Sean from Fill Your Boots, so a Kiwi and a Brit. And then also this coming weekend I'll be live on YouTube again after the Maori All Blacks versus the Lions with the pen and rugby numbers. So a guy from Scotland and again a guy from New Zealand. So do catch those. They have been great shows. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you later tonight, and also I'll be back tomorrow with another video. If you have a topic you'd like me to talk about, please let me know. Tomorrow is a blank spot. I've not got anything planned yet, so please, if you have a topic you'd like me to yabber on about, I'm more than happy to take your suggestions.